Welcome to the Entrepreneurial Mindset Series. I'm Jim Steuer from Think Hard Strategy. Our goal with these interviews is to help people learn about business success and the leadership behind them. Today, we welcome Tom Lemanski from Chicago Executive Coaching. Welcome, Tom.
Hi, Jim. Thanks for having me.
Tom is a leading business coach who I've known for well over a decade. And I've seen his impact on people in many difficult situations. I've watched you and I'm amazed how you can create success and comfort in the most difficult situations. Tom, what is the experience that makes you a great coach?
Well, I have been both a successful leader and also I've been at this in the coaching profession for a couple of decades as well. So we combine the experience that I had as a leader and the experience I have in the coaching profession, and it's a pretty powerful combination and qualification.
That's great. How do you build trust with clients, Tom? Because a lot of these people come to you with problems and they really don't know you that well. How do you develop that relationship?
Jim, it's been said that people never really care how much you know until they know how much you care. And so part of the process is understanding what are the desired outcomes of the client, why it's important to them, and why would they care about it. And as I understand why they care, for me, it's a natural byproduct to have that same level of commitment to helping them succeed.
That's a great approach because I know a lot of people focus on themselves. It sounds like you focus from the outside in versus the inside out.
I always have a mind for what their successful outcomes are. And as we get to know them better, we determine where are their obstacles and help them overcome them.
So that's an interesting question, Tom. So how do you describe a successful outcome for your client?
Well, it starts with the intake process to where I ask them what a successful outcome needs to look like. And generally, it's in terms of, as we go through the coaching engagement, we complete the coaching engagement, where do they want to be? What are the mostly the intangible obstacles to them getting there? And by that, I mean, are there some skill sets, mindsets, and general clarity about what they're trying to, where they're trying to go and how to get there.
So you've established where they want to go. How do you make sure they get there? How do you hold them accountable?
Well, we have a common understanding of where that is. And throughout the engagement, there are assignments, and I have an expectation that they're going to show up with me ready to do some push-ups. And if they haven't done their push-ups, and I have an understanding of what they want and why it's important to them, it's then easier to remind them that, okay, who's more committed to this, you or I? And if I'm more committed, then how's this going to work?
That's interesting. The other thing, Tom, that in my mind separates you from a typical coach is the whole concept of ROI. How does that work? And why do you use it?
Well, in effect, I have this business where people are investing in getting better. And so, while I'm working with intangibles, there are tangible outcomes that should naturally occur from our working together. And so in most environments, people have their goals or their key performance indicators or whatever. And as we are mindful of those, we start to work at more effective goal setting, more effective goal planning, and there's generally significant return when you're achieving your goals faster and easier and more frequently. There's a natural financial return that goes along with the intangible return.
That's interesting, Tom. So you talked about working together. How do you establish collaboration when it's kind of, I don't know, for lack of a better way to describe it, I need your help? How do you establish that there's a we versus two I's?
I don't even think about it, Jim. It just comes natural. It's the way I've been working for years. So I don't really give it much thought. Again, I understand what's important to them. I understand why it's important. And I have some tools and processes to help them to get better in the areas they want to get better. And plus we discover some other areas in the process, if you will. And so I just have a collaborative mindset throughout the process, and I don't think about it as you and I. It's a matter of what can we accomplish together, or how do we help you get to where you want to go faster and easier.
That's great. The other thing, Tom, based on my dealing with you, it seems like the decades of experience you have both in the corporate world and now in the coaching world almost create the best of both worlds for your customers. What do you think about that?
Well, why wouldn't I agree? And yes, you're right. I think it's obvious reasons, but first I've been there and done that. But second, I have some pretty refined and proven processes to help people gain the skill sets and mindsets and the focus, or my 3 C's of success are clarity, confidence, commitment, to get there easier than they otherwise would have if they hadn't worked with me.
So, the world's changed, Tom. The last couple of years, Zoom has really taken over. What has been the impact on Zoom for your business? And has it had any tangible impact on your clients?
Well, there's less commute time. The simple one, there's a less commute time. Second of all, because we've, at least for part of the time, had to settle in place and there's less in-person meetings, my clients are more receptive to having a video meeting, and less insistent on having a face-to-face in-person meeting. And and I'm very comfortable with video conferencing. And so it works.
It seems like, Tom, you really put your heart and soul into what you do. It's not really a methodology as much as it's a person. What is the secret to that?
Well, I'm not without methodologies, but I'm living inside my own skin, so it's hard to answer that question. I am who I am, and I've, over 2 decades, you develop instincts and you develop skills and you develop experience that just makes you better in what, and that's true in pretty much whatever you do. And I've been at this for a couple of decades now.
Is coaching still fun for you, Tom?
Well, I'll put it this way. It doesn't feel like work on most days. I've learned to enjoy living vicariously through the success of my clients. And so, yeah, that's fun.
Thank you, Tom, for sharing with us why Chicago Executive Coaching is a go-to place for business executives who want to grow into better positions.
Well, thanks for having me, Jim. I enjoyed it.
I'm Jim Steuer, reminding you that merging the mind and heart through marketing makes for your business's success.